26-year-old Julian Jackson from St. Thomas, Virgin Islands. Jackson, the former WBC middleweight champion and former WBA junior middleweight champ, comes in with a record of 49-2 with 45 KOs. Julian Jackson, who made 5 successful defenses of his WBC title before that 5th-round TKO loss to Gerald McClellan last May. That defeat ended a 17-fight winning streak, 16 by knockout. And now here is the champion, 26-year-old Gerald McClellan out of Freeport, Illinois. McClellan 30-2, 28 knockouts. The 2 losses early in his career, 8-round decisions to Dennis Milton and Ralph Ward, back-to-back in '89. McClellan captured the WBC middleweight title almost a year ago to the day, May 8, 1993, with that stunning stoppage of the longtime middleweight champ Julian Jackson. He owns one of the best knockout ratios in the game, including 19 first-round KOs in 32 fights. Tonight, his 3rd title defense. As we zero in on the particulars, the tail of the tape at 26. Gerald McClellan is 7 years younger than Julian Jackson. The 1.5-inch height advantage for McClellan. Both weighed in at 160. And the 4.5-inch reach advantage for McClellan. McClellan down to a 3.5-to-1 favorite. To the rules, according to the WBC for this title fight, 10-point must system, 3 scoring judges, no standing 8, no 3 knockdown. Only the referee can stop the fight. A fighter cannot be saved by the bell except in the last round. So here at the MGM Grand Garden in Las Vegas, getting ready for the WBC Middleweight Championship, the rematch between Gerald McClellan and Julian Jackson. We go up to our ring announcer, Jimmy Lennon Jr.
Well, fans, we welcome you to our next world title main event in this Revenge the Rematches, brought to you by Don King Productions and King Vision in association with SET Pay-Per-View, Corona Beer, and the MGM Grand. At this time, we present the rematch for the WBC Middleweight Championship of the World. This bout is sanctioned by the World Boxing Council, President Jose Sulaiman, Supervisor Haig Collegian, along with the Nevada State Athletic Commission, Chairman Dr. Elias Galam. Presenting the judges as appointed, Cindy Barton, Bill Graham, and Dr. James Jenkin. Introducing to you the referee in charge of this bout, Joe Cortez. All right, fans, here we go with the rematch of the explosive bout that took place just 1 year ago, and this is for the WBC Middleweight Championship of the World, scheduled for 12 rounds of boxing. Introducing to you first the challenger. On my left, he is fighting out of the blue corner. He enters the ring wearing gold trunks with red trim and hailing from St. Thomas in the Virgin Islands. He weighed in at an even 160 pounds, and his record includes 49 wins, only 2 losses, with 45 big wins coming by way of knockout. He is currently ranked the WBC #2 middleweight in the world. Please welcome the knockout artist, who is the former 2-time world champion in the junior middleweight and middleweight divisions, introducing Julian the Hawk Jackson. And his opponent across the ring is the defending champion. On my right, fighting out of the red corner, he enters the ring wearing green trunks with white trim, fighting out of Freeport, Illinois. He weighed in at the same weight of an even 160 pounds, and he steps into the ring with a record of 30 wins, only 2 losses, and he has 28 wins coming by way of knockout. Tonight, making his 3rd defense of his title, please welcome the hard-hitting WBC middleweight champion of the world, introducing the G-Man, Gerald McClellan. Once again, here's the referee in charge, Joe Cortez.
All right, gentlemen, come here. We went over the rules in the dressing room, but when a good, clean fight, protect yourself at all times. Shake hands, good luck.
Gerald McClellan, the only man on this card who had a little trouble making weight. Nothing new for the G-Man. He was a quarter pound overweight, went out, came back in an hour, weighed 160, saying afterwards, this is my last fight as a middleweight. He's probably closer to 180 for the fight. A key for Jackson could be to get this fight past the 4th or 5th round. Both McClellan and Jackson average under 4 rounds. Here we go, round 1, scheduled for 12 for the WBC Middleweight Championship. Gerald McClellan with a 5th round knockout over Julian Jackson in the first encounter.
McClellan's come out with a real good jab. And a big right hand.
Right off the bat, Jackson's in dire trouble. McClellan looking to finish him up seconds into the fight. Pummeling Jackson.
I'll tell you what, they're going to stop this if he doesn't offer up a punch. This fight's going to be over.
He should go down and take an 8 count.
I'll tell you, it gets better than getting hit like that.
Relentless attack by McClellan, and finally Jackson going down. Sort of.
4, 5, 6, 7.
The over-under 6 rounds. This might not go a minute. Back comes McClellan.
I'll tell you what McClellan doesn't want to do is get a little overconfident sloppy, because Jackson can punch.
And down goes Jackson for the second time.
And this time he looks like he's crumpled for good.
He hit him on top of their head on the way down, and I'm telling you, he is totally disoriented.
He looks like he's not going to get up.
He's through. Joe Cortez says it's over. And in the first round, Gerald McClellan has retained his title.
And that's the first one where revenge did not take place. It stayed, the result stayed the same. Instant finish for Gerald McClellan. What a puncher.
Well, we talked about the fact that, actually didn't get a chance to talk about it on here. We talked about in interviews, Jackson said he wanted to try and box first, but he couldn't get caught with that right hand. He had to box sharp. McClellan came out very aggressive, good sharp jab, landed the right hand, beginning of the end.
You know, we've said all along, you've said, I've said, Steve has observed this guy has no chin anymore. Well, he got hit really hard, and he went down, and then, of course, with the chin that he's got, he couldn't overcome that attack.
Unofficially, a minute 23 into the first round. The 20th first round knockout in 30 wins for Gerald McClellan. I'm going to continue, man. Exploding.
If you just heard him, he said, I'm going to continue. I'm not sure why, but fighters hate to roll over and say, I quit.
Well, especially a fast one like that. I mean, you always have the feeling, I just got caught. I mean, let me go back and try that again. And he better never try it again with McClellan, because that's going to be the same result over and over again. Gerald McClellan can box.
If you think I was a little
let's take a look at that first knockdown and see what lightning struck Julian Jackson.
Whenever I hit him, he was going.
All right, let's take 3 looks. I'm going to take the first one, and Bobby's going to do the other 2 as I go up. There's a punch. That right hand right there. That right hand right there was the quietus. The rest of this is window dressing until he goes down, because he is sure taking some punishment here. That's a brutal attack, although he's hitting a lot of gloves and everything. As Bobby says, some of those hurt as well.
For sure, the repercussions travel through the glove. Certainly it's taken away a little bit, but they go through the gloves right into your chin, right into your face. And if it were that easy to just put the gloves up there and say, don't worry about it, knockouts wouldn't happen near as often.
That's true. Well, it's certainly Julian has taken an awful lot of punishment there. I mean, he really, actually, he didn't go down there. He didn't touch anything. But mercifully, they gave him a count.
He should have gone down at a certain point anyway, so he didn't get, as you'll see in this replay, he's just getting unloaded on with everything. Again, he gets lazy with the left hand, boom. Right hand's on the button, it's clean. Now, his legs are a little bit under him now, although they're a little wobbly, but he just needs to go down and take the account. Take the rest and come back to fight. Sometimes that's a smart thing to do. It's difficult for fighters with a lot of pride to do it. I know unfortunately, I've been in that situation. I don't want to go down either.
Prior to his first fight with Jackson, McClellan toiled for the most part in obscurity, Bobby. The win over Jackson really put him on the map. This win really makes him one of the most devastating fighters in the world today.
And some fighters just fight even better as a champion. They rise to the championship status in their performance, and I think Gerald McClellan may very well be one of those people.
Now, that was just the initial knockdown, the first. Here, the end of the fight.
Well, Gerald's a great finisher. He's coming in. He knows that Jackson's hurt. He wants to unload that bomb. Digs a good shot to the body. Watch this shot on top of the head. He hit him in the body. That hurt him more than we thought. And that shot on top of the head was actually just a kind of a pile driver to say, make sure you stay there.
The heavy-handed Julian Jackson putting it to the canvas as Gerald McClellan just lowers the boom. Let's get the official time from our ring announcer, Jimmy Lennon Jr.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have the time of 1 minute 23 seconds in round number 1. The winner by way of knockout and still champion, the G-Man, Gerald McClellan.
So Gerald McClellan continues his impressive knockout rate. He's 31-2 with 29 knockouts. And he got all he wanted to get here against Julian Jackson. No revenge in this fight. So coming up next here at the MGM Grand Garden, the main event, the rematch between Frankie